You want to know what I really don't understand is kids having kids. But it just seems like this was all due to the lack of parenting and the lack of accountability and discipline. Because I feel like these teenagers in this new generation is really, really bad. Because I feel like I don't like the fact that you have neglectful parents that have been allowing their kids to do God knows what without any consequences whatsoever. Bringing a child that they're not ready to be responsible for. It's sad, bro. It's even worse when you got dads out here that are still in the picture, that are still in their children's lives. They're still gonna do what they want to do. And this all goes into the dads. Please step up, raise your child right from wrong, to not do the unthinkable if they're not willing to be responsible for raising the kids, because you know it's expensive as hell to raise a child and to take care of a person in this world. Ain't nothing free in America. It's really expensive out here. So my advice, don't have sex. Let's get to the video.
I'm 16 years old and I'm a mother of two.
I'm 16 years old and I'm a mother of two.
Stop it. Get some help.
Oh my God, why are you single? You're too pretty to be single. Why are you single? I'm single because I have 5 kids.
Good
I
God
found out I was
Almighty.
pregnant at 15 years old.
I was 17 years old. I was shocked, obviously.
I feel the people staring and I feel the judgment. People stop and be like, wait a minute, they do not look of age. We are just like any other parent.
My parents were disappointed.
We all heard of this crap before. When the mom and dad get very disappointed by their child's decision of having a kid at a young age, at the age of 16 or 14, that tells me you not only failed as a parent, but you failed to raise your child right. But we all know that your parents are going to end up being there for the grandson or the grandchild because they're part of the family now. They're here. But I feel like it's the biological parents' fault for not disciplining their children of not having sex. But you can't tell them nothing. They wanted to have a kid so bad because of what society tells them to do, because they're in this fantasy bubble of, oh, I want to be a mom so bad. Well, you got a child. Here it is. So what you going to do with it? Are you going to raise it? Or are you going to give it up for adoption? You better not tell me that you're going to put him in abortion, but don't you dare do that. Abortion is murder. I hate to say it, but it is. So at the end of the day, I feel like with any parent that is dealing with a teenager, just know that all of that came from you. You as a child, and you carry all of that mess onto the adulthood. Because once you have kids, once they pop up to the world, and they see some of the stuff that you did, that you used to do when you was young, they're going to end up doing the exact same stuff when they get older. And their kids are going to end up doing the exact same stuff. So whose fault is it?
But wait! There's more!
I mean, I was on birth control. I wasn't using condoms.
As I'm sitting here editing, I just realized I forgot to mention that I was on birth control when this happened. I was on the pill. So I don't know why I forgot that. It's like such a big part. But yeah, I was being careful. I was taking precautions.
Let me get something straight. If you were on birth control, then how did you get pregnant then? This doesn't make any sense. If you were on birth control, you were on the pill, and how did you still manage to get pregnant? That's with these. Bro, this generation is terrible. Oh my goodness, y'all. If I ended up having a daughter, this will be my worst fear. Because I feel like you try your best as a father to tell her right from wrong, to try to discipline your daughter, and she goes out and do what she wants and does what she wants to do behind your back after you specifically told her not to do those things. Even as even as a Christian, you've taken her to church, try to learn the ways of God through Jesus Christ, reading the Bible, worshiping the service every Sunday, going to Bible study every Wednesday. Like, you try to teach her responsibilities as an adult. But nah, she wants to be around her rotten friends to do God knows what. Having sex, having babies, and you feel like you failed as a father. This would be a father's worst nightmare. I'm telling you. This shit is getting crazy, y'all.
And the birth control fails, literally. So I thought I should put that out there.
You threw them away, so that's why you decided.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
It's all bullshit.
I didn't have a stable relationship with my baby's father. Like, I craved one. I craved it so bad.
This is the reason why it is extremely important for a child to have a masculine father figure in their lives.
Exactly.
To educate them not only about dating, but safe sex, STDs. Every father should aspire to be like this.
Is it tough to date with this guy's your father?
Well, we're single, so
Easy, but it's not hard.
you just need to not scare off every guy that we bring over.
Immediately, most of the men fail at first sight because my dad pulls them in and says, next time,
I walk around
squeeze
with
my hand
handcuffs
like
all
a
the time.
man. Most of the time when they come over to meet the parents, they don't necessarily return.
Meeting is nice.
He doesn't say
He's
hello.
shaking hands.
Now, here's the thing. You got to give it up to Sylvester Stallone because he is one of those actors that knows his daughters. Like, he watches his kids. He wants to make sure that they're on the right path in life. Because without a father figure in these girls' lives, OnlyFans, corn, living the 304 lifestyle, that is exactly what's going to happen if the mother allows them to do what they want to do without ever to discipline them. But this guy right here is the ultimate OG. He was there from childbirth, and he was still there as an adult. Even though he's getting older, but guess what? He's still their father at the end of the day. Now, if I had a girlfriend that has a father like this, I will go up to him immediately and just shake his hand and say, nice to meet you. I've always wanted to meet you. I admire you. You inspire me. Like, I want to be a better man for your daughter. I would rather just get to know the man and the family before me and the daughter can just take it to the, another level. Just start slow. It's all about taking baby steps, not rushing to the relationship. But Sylvester, I feel like he's done a great job of raising his daughters right. That's the point I'm trying to make, but give it up for the OG.
Just stare at them and not even say hello.
Because they're boring. I've had him go, dude, hey, dude. I said, how about I rearrange your brain so that word never comes out? Dude?
Yeah.
Dude, really?
He still calls us after dates at this age going, are you home yet?
Who you with? Put him on the phone.
These women need to realize how blessed and how fortunate they are to have a father that truly cares. Because if there's no masculine father figure in a daughter's life, this is how the majority of them end up.
In different states.
I called it! What did I just say that? I called it. I said this a few seconds ago. If there is no alpha male father figure in these girls' lives, like he just said, come on, man. Dads, if you're watching this, stay in your child's lives, bro. Do you want this to be the end result of your child's future without you being in their lives? Be present.
And we're planning on going to Seattle soon, so just traveling around. Yeah.
You been to Texas?
I haven't been to Texas yet.
What about like the East Coast?
No, we were supposed to be there for New Year's, but that might not happen. Yeah.
Well, man, where's your favorite place to go to and why?
Vegas, because it's definitely nothing like over here. It's popping over there.
This is just your typical torta Mexican body shaped like a long ass triangle. Is it just me, or does she look too clean to be homeless, or am I just hopeless?
You probably took a shower at some hotel or something just to get out and breathe.
Sometimes life is going great, and sometimes it's not.
I mean, you the one made the decision to have a baby, so I don't understand why you crying. I get that life is hard as a mother, but you made a choice to have a baby. My body, my choice. Stop feminist bullshit. I don't want to hear that.
Single moms be talking about, I'm gonna give my son the world. Bruh, you couldn't even give him a dad.
And honestly, that clip alone will always forever be a classic. Like, that is so true. Like, they always preach about how they're going to give their child the world and this and that. They're going to love them forever, but you can't even love your baby father. And I've always said this in all my videos. Chris Rock always said it best. Women and children are dogs and daughters are loved unconditionally. But fathers are loved under the condition. When they provide, have a job, get them safe, but you can't love them unconditionally as well. And yet, they're being loved under the condition. Red flag.
The only parent. I don't want to be the one that always yells and who makes him sad and makes him cry. I wish I had the luxury of having someone here to just help me and to help me carry this weight, because I just want to be able to enjoy being a mom.
Nah, put that phone down, girl. Be a mother.
This is just so sad. I just can't believe it. My goodness. I will always have the most respect for single mothers and the sympathy. That's why I always go to the strip clubs to donate all my dollar bills to these Kareem dollars.
He ain't wrong, though. My nigga ain't wrong, though.
I got pregnant at 13. Should I get an abortion? Should I put her up for adoption? And then literally the second.
Yeah. I follow her on YouTube. I subscribe to her channel. She's a good mom. The issue I have with it, having a baby at 13, yeah, your mother failed you, bro. Like, you should know better than that. I blame your mom for, like, not disciplining you, for failing you as a child, because if you wouldn't have had sex, none of that would have happened. But at least I gotta give you credit for actually sticking by your child and not putting her up for adoption, because you were very young when you had that baby. And now she's 6 years old. And it, you know what? I don't like the fact that you had a baby at a young age, because I think it's fucking terrible. But at least you did right by absolutely sticking up with your child, even when they turn 6. You never left your child. You never gave them up for adoption. And you stuck by them. And I commend you for that. But the fact that you had a child at 13, nah, bro. Like, I really don't like that at all. For being a good mother, that's really all that matters.
Give up this baby. People would say, you're ruining your life. Somebody even messaged me saying, I hope you guys die in labor.
Now, like I say, even though I didn't like what happened, but it's the fact that you threatened her, saying that you hope they die in labor. Really? Are you that miserable to wish death on a child having a baby? The fuck?
Shifted it. I said, this is making my life.
Yeah, she didn't make the smartest decision getting pregnant at 13. But all honesty, she's braver than most women I know.
Exactly.
Taking the accountability and the responsibility of taking care of that child's life. Because most women nowadays would just get an abortion, which I am...
Exactly. And I've said this 2 years ago on TikTok. I got flamed for it. Talk about some, her body, her choice. If she wants to have an abortion, she could do that. Nah, nigga, abortion is murder. And you expect your man to stay with you after you killed an unborn child because you didn't want the responsibilities of having a baby? Because you want to have your hot girl summer living your 304 lifestyle. Are you kidding me? That's like when the baby father saying, like, I don't want to be a father. I would rather just stay in the house playing video games, get drunk, get locked up, start fights in a bar. And that type of crap. Like I said, abortion is murder. Don't abort your child. Keep the child. I don't care what you do. Just raise it. What he said, it makes sense. I was just saying that a few seconds ago. Everything he said, I'm saying. But even though I didn't like the fact that she made a terrible decision of having a baby at 13, but she was gullible enough and bold enough to stick by her child, raising her daughter. And then, here's the thing. I was watching viewer videos, and the baby father, he's there here and there all the time, but at least he's sticking with them as well. So it looks like they're gonna probably get married like around 5 years or whatever though. But as long as they love each other and that child, that's really all that matters though.
Opinion, throw rocks at me if you want to. I'm pro-life because it is not morally correct to discard another human's life like a piece of trash.
Exactly.
I have had an abortion.
A few months ago, I found out that I was pregnant. When I imagined myself finding out I was pregnant for the first time, I wanted it to be celebrated. And in that moment, I felt such severe anxiety. And having that, I felt like the entire time I was just in a lot of emotional pain, grieving. I was debating about myself, about how I would be looked at or how I would view myself after getting the procedure done.
Something we probably all can agree on is abortion usually is a symptom of a bigger problem. Whether it's finances, whether it's stability of housing, whether it's relationship issues. My perspective is that we address those issues instead of ending the life of a child.
She said it. Lady just said it. Like, instead of like killing a child, why not just address the issue? Or you could just put them up for adoption. Let them raise it. But instead of you ending that child's life after they were being born, I don't want to say why you're not in jail. Because if a man decided to give that child an abortion, he would have been in jail. But if women do it, it's justifiable. Because they're able to produce children. This, bruh, I don't understand how is everybody being okay with aborting a child if they didn't want it in the first place. Why not give it to a family member to raise them? You can go on and live your scandalous life. I mean, I'm sure when the child gets older, when he finally gets to meet his biological mother for the first time, he's gonna be having serious questions about it. Like, how come you weren't in my life? Like, were my grandparents right about what you did? Just to live your ghetto lifestyle? And you didn't care about me? Because you didn't want to have me as a baby? They're going to be asking all types of questions about this. You're going to have no choice but to address it. If not, then your child is going to end up showing resentment towards you because you decided to not be their mother. Because you want to go around and be a 304. Come on, man. Make it make sense.
Abortion is a symptom. People should be able to access abortion when, how, wherever they want or need. I don't think that it's a problem to be fixed. I think that...
Bruh. Stop the cap. God damn it. You can't make this shit up.
I don't even know what to say to this. You don't find it an issue? You don't find it wrong to be fixed? Feminist.
But I think the biggest thing is that there are birth control methods out there, and abortion should not be a birth control method. I think that's very critical. And to hear that, you weren't celebrated, I think life should be celebrated with everybody.
I'd like to call attention to that point too, just the fact of using abortion as birth control. I thank you for everyone sharing their stories so far. I didn't step forward. I haven't had an abortion myself, but I am a survivor of rape. I was on birth control at the time, and I still made the decision with my medical team that birth control is not 100% effective, and I wanted access to emergency contraceptive to take on top.
I think it's crap. Now, I'm sorry that you went through all of that, but being on birth control is effective. It can prevent you from having another child if you didn't want to. And I think it's sad to me that everybody is so justifiable of having an abortion because you didn't want to be a mother. And yet you don't want to make the decision to have sex in the first place. You get drunk, you get high, and then next thing you know, you get knocked up by somebody that you don't even know. And this always happens all the time. Especially if you're in a relationship, you're going on girls' trips, you come back pregnant. Whose fault is it? So you can't blame nobody but yourself for it. And it's sad to me that nowadays we're dealing with unsupervised parents with no discipline. And it's obvious to me that you got children out here that are fatherless, doing fatherless things. Because I'm telling you, man, like without no discipline, like this world, this generation that we're in is doomed. I thank God that I don't have kids, because if I do, so help me God, I'm going to do the best I can to raise them. If I have to go to parent school just to get it done, I would.
If those methods failed, I would have chosen to have an abortion, and I'm very grateful that I had access to those resources, and I'm so mindful that there's so many women who don't.
Well, I think it gets down to the heart of the issue here. You know, what is the unborn? Which scientifically the embryo is from conception, a living whole organism with distinct DNA. As a Christian, I come from a worldview that says that every human being has dignity and worth.
Not to disrespect any religion in general, but in my eyes, that's just pushing a belief onto someone rather than actually stating a real concrete fact.
So scientifically, I'm pro-life because of science, not because of religion. But scientifically, I believe that life does start at conception. I don't think it makes sense to put life beginning at any other place during pregnancy. Doing so usually ends up saying that an already born person isn't alive, such as consciousness, heartbeat, etc. There are many pro-life people here from the science perspective who are not led by religious motives at all or partially.
And it's crazy that a woman nowadays posts their abortions
this bullshit.
like they're...
And this is the thing that really pissed me off. Every time I see this on TikTok, it just makes me think this woke culture that we're living in right now is rising badly. Because I feel like no matter how many times we try to express the truth, there will always be a brand new set of Gen Zs everywhere telling you what they want to be told without being told the truth. They want to believe the lies. They want to be delusional. And they don't want to take accountability. They don't want to be responsible for their actions of the money. They don't want to be responsible for their finances. Whatever it is that they're doing in their life. Or whatever decisions they do. They don't want to be held accountable. They just want to be lazy. It's just sit around not do anything without anybody telling them what to do. And then we get this. That and the gym culture. Like, it's a mess.
Smushing and stepping on a damn cockroach. The world has gotten extremely dark over the years.
Yes, it has.
It's going to kill me.
Patrice! Honey, I've been calling you. Grandma made lunch. It's getting cold. Are you crying? I just had something in my eye. I can tell when something's wrong. What are you hiding? Nothing.
Nah, ain't nothing happening, bro.
What is this, a pregnancy test?
I can explain.
Your 3 or 4
It's
daughter is
positive.
pregnant.
You're pregnant.
I'm sorry. I just found out. I was going to tell you.
I can't believe you. You're just a teenager. First thing tomorrow, we are going to the clinic to take care of this, and then you are never leaving this house again. Do you understand me?
The clinic?
Yeah.
No, Mom. I can't give up on my baby.
What?
Interviewed Lila Rose, the pro-life activist. She's not getting on Morning Joe. So she came on, a guest tried to shout her down, and here's how she reacted.
You have no empathy. Abortion is devastating to women's mental health. No one talks about that. The year after a woman has an abortion, it's really like the year after a woman to have the child. What kind of trauma is the trauma is from the rape? Somebody? The trauma is from the rape. The child's an innocent party there. The child isn't born yet. It's not there. We should not take out generational sin on a child to say there's generational sin in that.
And she, you know what? She has a point. Like, you cannot take your frustrations on a kid. Your kid came out of your womb. So now you have to, like, you don't have no choice but to embrace being a mother. So why take it out on a kid?
child should be killed. That's not fair to the child.
About rights, and he just said a right has been taken away from us. And what is next?
I want to address that because our fundamental human right that we all share in this room is life. It's the first human right. Laws are meant to protect the weak. In a society, who's the weakest? Who's the weakest in the society? A child. Whether you live 10 minutes or 10 years or 100 years, you're a human life, and you have the right to not be killed.
No. She said it, bro. She literally just said it. I mean, the children are the weakest part of the system. You know, listen, adults can't always win. But what we can do is just try to protect the kids and teach them right from wrong. Teach them the ways of life. Yes, it's okay to have fun and do what you want to do, but you have to not break the laws, you know what I'm saying? Because just because it's America, even though this is America, you can do whatever you want. It's your life. You're an adult. But at the same time, if you F up, if you get in trouble, if you break the law, that's on you. You can't blame nobody but yourself. That's all I gotta say this one.
I am pro-life and against abortion. I need you guys to stay with me now.
I agree.
The first reason is that we have the options to practice safe sex like condoms and birth control that can prevent pregnancy.
Yes.
Like the reason why I think so many feminists support abortions, I know for the simple fact that they want to go out and charm and suck multiple cobras as possible without the consequences and the repercussions of their actions. The second reason, every single child has a heartbeat just like you.
Yeah.
How would you feel if your mom and dad told you that you don't deserve a chance at life, that you were a mistake? How would that make you feel? Not so good, would it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how selfish, how narcissistic, how evil you need to be just to discard another human life just because you don't want to take the responsibility for it? Now, gentlemen...
Right. He said it. He literally just said what we're thinking. There's going to come a point in time where a child is going to end up growing up seeing all of the BS the adults are doing. And whether he's going to follow in their parents' footsteps of staying in the right path or not, they're going to make some difficult decisions. They're going to make some dumb decisions that is going to make them regret life. Regardless of what they do. Feminists will always support the BS that these modern women are doing. Feminists will always support women that are never held accountable for their own actions. Feminists will always support 304s no matter what. Single women will keep women single. So, as for all the kids in the video having babies having babies, don't have sex, stay on the birth control pill, stay on the pill. If you're going to have sex, wrap that sucker up. Because if not, it's on you. Shout out to the content creator who made this video and if you enjoyed what I have to say, what he has to say. Link will be down below if you want to watch the original video. Then come back into my video, give me your thoughts, honest thoughts.